Well, first of all, Brandon, we're excited to have him. He'll be a great part for our offensive line. The guy's smart, after graduation, still has 2 years of eligibility. He's a really good competitor. Unfortunately, he got hurt there 1 year, so we're excited to have him. And absolutely not, I respect Coach Saban. We're friends. He's been really good to me over the years. I wouldn't be standing here if he hadn't called and offered me a job one day, and I'm very thankful for him for doing that.
We'll go back over here to our left.
Hey, Coach, for the man over there, here. How much do you expect David Peterson and the rest of your first recruiting class to contribute this year?
Well, we have a couple of guys that are out there that we're still waiting to get information back, and as we gather that information, we'll know when we're going to do it.
Okay, we'll go all the way to the back, along with Mira.
Coach Pruitt, Rudy Alden, WCBN Radio, Huntsville, Alabama. Two-part question. First, talk about adding Will Friend as your offensive line coach. I know you guys have a pre-existing relationship back to your playing days at Alabama. And then also your father, Dale Pruitt, now at Albertville High School. I know you played for him and coached under. What is the biggest influences he had on you in your coaching career and the way you handled your program?
Well, I would say this about my dad to start with. He always saw the good in people. He found a way to get the most out of them. He never gave up on young men. So over the years, you would sit there and there'd be somebody that you didn't think would ever play, and by the time he was a senior, he'd be playing, or whatever. But he didn't only just do that with his players. He done that with the other students in the school. So I think that was important to me. As far as Will Friend, me and Will played together. We lived together in college. Coached with him. I coached against him. Probably in the last several years, going against him, there's only a few teams that really ran the ball consistently against us, and two of them were teams that he was the O-line coach on. One of them was the 2012 Georgia team, and one of them was last year at Colorado State. So I think Will does a fantastic job. Again, he's a coach's son. He started off as a high school coach. Very good teacher, motivator, hard-nosed approach, great guy.
This will go straight in front of me, halfway back.
Charles Orman, Associated Press. You mentioned the 12 players who were held out in the spring due to injury. Can you give an update on Trey Smith and what's his level for the fall?
Yeah, our doctor's done a fantastic job of recognizing Trey had a condition in the spring that kept him out of practice. They diagnosed it, treated it. He's going to be back in the fall. We're excited to have him back. Can't wait to get him back, and I know he's excited about coming back. He keeps talking to me about, man, I missed all these reps in the spring. I said, Trey, I promise you'll be fine.
We'll go over here to our left.
Coach, Houston Journal from Georgia. How important is Marcus Callaway to this season?
Well, I think if you're going to be good on offense, you better have guys that are hard to guard on the perimeter. Either they can take the top off or the big power forward guys. I know that puts pressure on defenses as a defensive coordinator. If they don't have guys that can win outside, it makes it easy to call a game. I think Marquez gives us that element of a guy who can play with speed or he can play with power, and we're excited about seeing what he can do this fall.
We have time for one or two more. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll go over here to the left side in the middle. Dr. Trunk's on his way.
Hey, Coach, Zach Bingham, A to Z Sports Nashville. How would you assess your quarterback room with the guys you have and then the addition of Kelly Chris?
We have two young men, Jarrett and Will, that were there in the spring, so they're going to have 15 practices under their belt. We had Keller Chris, who is coming from Stanford, who's played some football there, has experience, and we're adding a young man out of California, JT Schrapp. We're going to give all four of those guys opportunities in fall camp. I think for us, seeing what these other two new guys can do, along with what the guys see how they do in fall camp, I think it's going to be important for us as a staff to start whittling it down pretty fast so we can kind of create some rhythm and timing and a little bit of chemistry on offense and figure out who our guys are going to be.
We'll go over here on the left and now Chip.
Here in Chip Tower, South Media Group. I just wondered, how would you characterize your time in Athens and your relationship with Mark Richt and how that relationship is today, how it might have affected helping you become a head coach eventually?
Well, you know, I've been very, very fortunate to work for some really good coaches. I worked for my dad, worked for some great guys in high school, worked with guys who are now head coaches. But, you know, working with Coach Saban, Coach Rick, Jimbo, there's a lot of lessons that I've learned. You know, you talk about Coach Saban. You know, I could sit here and write a book because I worked with him the longest. I worked for him for 8 years. You know, he was everything in Coach Saban's programs defined. He's relentless. Nobody works harder than he does. He's a great coach, great teacher. You know, Jimbo, I talked to Jimbo last night on the phone. Jimbo, kind of from the same tree, hard-nosed, competitor, great evaluator. You know, his teams play great. Coach Rick. You know, it's very interesting when you look at Coach Rick's background, was probably through Coach Bowden, and you know, you got the Saban. I think I'm probably one of the few guys that's had an opportunity to work in both kind of family trees there. You know, Coach Rick, you know, the things that he taught you. Know, one thing that probably the biggest thing to me is there's more to life than football. I know that sounds, but there is. And, you know, and one of these days, that they ain't going to care how many championships you win and all that. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity. My time in Athens, I loved it, built a lot of great relationships. And now, obviously, we play on the 4th week, and Kirby's there, and I'm sure I want to beat him, he'll want to beat me. So.
And we'll take one final question over midway on the right.
Coach Lucas Penzica again, WDKN Radio. At the running back position, you guys returned Tim Jordan and Ty Chandler and Madre London coming in from Michigan State. Do you expect to see a running back by committee approach to that position this fall?
Well, I think if you're going to be good at running the football in this league, you better probably have 4 to 6 guys. It's a physical game. You know, when you turn and hand the ball, there's 11 guys on the other side who are usually big and fast and angry trying to hit you, so there's lots of contact. I think you probably need 4 to 6 guys. You know, Ty and Tim both were there this spring. We actually had Trey Coleman and we moved Princeton Fant from tight end to running back just to give us 4. We brought in Jeremy Banks and Madre London's a grad transfer, so it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out with these guys. I know they're working hard, but I think we'll probably need all of them before the year's over with.
Thank you, Coach Cook, for your time.
Somebody asked about Alabama.
Jeremy Pruitt's first appearance.
Actually, it's a good start.
Coming here today in Atlanta. You just heard him for the last 20 to 25 minutes.
Stop thing?
Discuss.
Yeah.
Supposed to go in like
Tennessee head
before you
football
cut it.
coach ultimately had to say, and the messages he ultimately tried to deliver. Back here in the ATL.
For adults with advanced non-small cell lung cancer, previously treated with platinum-based chemotherapy, including those with an abnormal ALK or EGFR gene, who've tried an FDA-approved targeted therapy, who wouldn't want a chance for another? Who'd say no to it? Who wouldn't want a chance to live longer? Opdivo, nivolumab. Over 40,000 patients have been prescribed Opdivo immunotherapy. Opdivo can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work. This may happen during or after treatment is ended and may become serious and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you experience new or worsening problems, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, extreme fatigue, constipation, excessive thirst or urine, swollen ankles, loss of appetite, rash, itching, headache, confusion, hallucinations, muscle or joint pain, flushing, fever or weakness. As this may keep these problems from becoming more serious. These are not all the possible side effects of Opdivo. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, or lung, breathing, or liver problems. A chance to live